Sorry, I was out of tune. Hold on. Just let me get that. There we go.
Hello, and welcome to 19 Hits the Dragon, the tabletop RPG podcast, normally discussion podcast, but we've got something a little special here to bring to our listeners. We are doing another actual play episode. Yay, much applause. Everybody loves it. Thank you all for indulging me. Tonight we are going to, instead of chatting with our friends here, we're going to play a game. And we've got some special guests here returning to play some games with us here, playing a game run by one of our guests, designed by one of our guests, in fact, by the fabulous Zach Harrison. Zach, how you doing?
I am fantastic. Thank you, as always, Mike, for having me on. I am Zach, a.k.a. Conan Lybarian. I'm super excited to run my game Corner Office. It's always a blast. It's great to play with you guys, and I think we're going to have just a super productive workday today. I can feel it. This team is strong. Your energy's high, and I can just tell you're a couple go-getters.
All right. Well, thanks, Zach, for coming on, and yeah, real jazz to play tonight here as well. But let's just kind of get right into it. Tell us a little bit about Corner Office and what that is, and then we can kind of talk about who's joining us today to play and the characters we're playing.
Great. Yeah, Corner Office is a game of my own design. It's about surviving your corporate workday as well as an apocalypse based around my own corporate traumas of the past couple decades. I made it so that anyone can get in and enjoy. Super easy system. It's a 1d6 rules light system. We'll do character creation here in our morning team huddle, which is always a great way to start a productive day. Is your morning huddle, and we'll just go through the rules on the fly because again, it's about keeping it simple. It's narrative driven. It's about really trying to be accessible for anyone to express, well, how much they hate their job and how sometimes people and or things need burned, murdered, and otherwise mangled to just stay positive. So, yeah.
Awesome. Nothing like navigating corporate America with extreme violence.
Yes, like anyone really feels they should be able to. So this is really the cathartic escape I think everyone really needs. It has been a labor of love for a while now, and it's just always fun to get to run it for people that have a profound appreciation for the deep-seated quiet rage of any sort of corporate and or job life.
Awesome. So, let's go around and say who's playing with us today. And Zach, if you can guide us through character creation with all of our guests here as well.
Okay. So absolutely. Tell you what, we're going to make this easy then. Team.
Welcome home, Actioneer. Company co-welcomes you here. We thank you for your loyalty, for working in our company. You are such an important part of the company co-family. Dear Actioneer, no matter what is going on outside of here, we know you're here to stay, so from your company co-family, have a very nice day.
Welcome to your workday. I am Conan Lybarian, your HR manager for the day here at Company Co. Regional Headquarters. We're going to go around. I want to know, who you are, and obviously I want to know who you are, and then we'll do character creation as we're getting into that. So why don't you go first, sir, in the inappropriate for your workday t-shirt?
Oh, is that?
It's either.
I was
it's
say,
either
that's
you,
a broad
I was
description.
I was like, which one am I? Yeah.
I guess I'll go. Hey, it's me, Alex Rodriguez from 2 Weeks, One Shot. I'm back. I'm like your recurring nightmare that you keep going to sleep to and keep coming back, and you keep waking up. and you've peed yourself, but I didn't do that. That's you. That's your weird thing, not my weird thing.
Sure.
We're not going to
It
shame
was the
anyone.
90s.
It
I was
may
in
not
college.
be
Come on
weird.
now.
That's what the dream is about, actually. Anyway,
All right.
Family Matters is playing in the background. Steve Urkel comes out, then you pee. It's weird. Anyway,
That is
That's
a
a
very
shared experience we all have.
that's not specific
right?
to me at all.
Yeah.
well.
It was
tell you
not
what,
weird for Julie White.
He's dancing somewhere back there.
we're going to start off with figuring out your role or where you fit here at Company Co. Regional Headquarters. So why don't you roll me a D6
Can
there,
do.
sir?
Here we go. First D6 of the night. It is a 4.
Fantastic. So IT. That's great. That's going to grant you a +1 to smarts.
Perfect.
So IT. I like it. Why don't you go ahead and you can either, go ahead and roll your D6
Here
again.
we go. That's a 3.
Great. So you have a +1 to smarts being in IT. With a 3, you're going to have a -1 to your connections
Yeah, that
rolls.
sounds about right.
Now, here in your Company Co. handbook, I hope you've read all 628 pages, as there will more than likely be, quarterly training and questionnaires on this. However, you will see here on one of your pages that there are some different guidelines as to what you can do with these roles, both positive and negative, and different ways you can apply these roles or they may be applied to you. I'm also going to go ahead, have you roll your D6 twice.
All right.
And you're going to add these two numbers together.
Okay, it was a 3 and a 3, so add it up, that's a 6.
Perfect. That's 6. So 6, you have 6 assets in your investment portfolio, essentially your health here for your work day. And like any asset, they're important. Guard them tightly. But also like any asset, you can spend an asset. So at some point, if you would like to increase your role or your success level, you can always spend an asset. That's called a scale up. So keep that in mind. It might be worth investing one of these assets, as few as they might be. The other thing I'm going to then have you do, our last thing, we're going to figure out your personal work objective for the day. What's your personal action goal here? Roll me that D6
Here we
again.
go. And that's another 4.
Great. So I understand you've been looking for a while, and I know you check every utility closet, you check under every desk. But eventually, I'm sure you'll find it. You're just trying to find the right adapters and cords to finally hook up all your computer equipment. Like, you can always have your mouse plugged in, but not your speakers. Like, it's your screen, for some reason, doesn't work on one side, and it keeps, like, flipping vertically. So eventually, you're going to get there, though. So that's your personal action goal. Now, the way personal action goals work is, as we move through our workday, I will present the opportunity to achieve or obtain these action goals. However, they will come at a higher price or a higher point of danger than the rest of your objective. So keep that in mind. With that, when you succeed them, while there is higher risk, there is absolutely higher reward as well. So we've got your role here as an IT specialist. We've got your assets. We've got your unfortunate weakness, but every employee has them. That's, you can't spell weakness without eek. So you'll get there improving it. And we've got your personal action goals. So, because you'll eke it out, you'll get. Yeah. So, well, the last thing we need here, I can't quite see it on your name badge. What is your name, Actioneer?
Oh, my name is Horace. Horace
Yes, Horace. And I think I spelled coffee on my documents because I also can't pronounce the last name. But if I can call you Horace,
you can call me Horace or no. Wait, I was to say Hori for short. That's not a good one. That's not going to work. Horace. Horace is good.
As HR, I'm going to stick with Horace. Thank you.
Good move.
Tell you what. We're gonna go clockwise like any good meeting. So, sir, you there in the work appropriate hoodie? What can you tell me about yourself?
Fabulous. I'm Josh from the Tabletop Journeys podcast. I have never been on one of these actual plays before, but boy, Mike, we've been on this show a couple times. Mike's been on our show a couple times. It's been kind of the incestuous podcast circle that sometimes happens. So that's been fabulous. Very excited to go ahead and be here. And Zach, I think the first time that I'm actually rolling dice with you when you were on we were on your show and talking about rolling dice with you. So I'm very exciid that of our crew, I'm the first one that kind of gets to do this. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to playing with somebody that's not on my podcast. Actually, this is really great. So this is
we're all about bringing people together here and just synergy, right? So.
All right, I'm gonna light a fire and start playing a guitar over here in just a second, if that's okay. Like that's
so let's silo this conversation. We'll put a pin in it. We're gonna circle back. Let me ask you, why don't you roll me a D6? Let's find out what your role here is at Company
cool.
Co.
That's a 1.
A 1, great. So that puts you as, and I'm really excited about this because we've really been needing someone strong in this role, middle management. So that's going to give you a +1 in charm. And why don't you roll me another 6 here? We're going to figure out what your weakness is.
That's a 4.
4 would put you in smarts. And
excellent.
All right, and let's roll that D6 twice. Get your investment portfolio, your assets here.
That's an 8.
8 total. That's a pretty beefy portfolio. Yeah. Good. I like it. And then go ahead and roll your D6 one last time. Let's find out your personal action goal.
All right. That's a 5.
Perfect. So this has been a tricky one. And, we'll go over exactly why here, but you were trying to find the supply closet. It's somewhere. It's this office supply closet that has the right size binder. It's because, like any middle management, you have this project. You put together this presentation, but it fits only in like one of those half size binders with the 2 rings on the top. And like, you'll find it because your layout is perfect. You're not going to compromise and go for a 3-ring binder. So you will find that closet that has the right size binders.
Like the half size 4 rings. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I've been there before. Yep.
Yes.
Kind of like got like the flat back and just the top opens. It doesn't like open in the middle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've been there. I've actually.
And that's the thing.
It's
the problem
close
is
to home, actually.
You've got them all, they fill your office, but none of them are the right color to match your project. So you'll find it. We'll get there.
Cool. Yeah. Excellent.
Great. And then we are going to go, sir, lastly, yourself. Why don't you tell me? Wait.
Don't you want to know my name?
Oh, absolutely. I just assume it's already something you walk into every room and say, hey, blank is here. So I apologize.
So as an homage to everyone else on the call here, my name is Alex Michaelzak.
Strong first name. I really think you're set up for success.
Yeah.
I like it. And I imagine even on your cubicle with slightly higher walls than everyone else, it actually has the full placard too. You refuse to go by Michael, Mr. Zach.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, it's like, no, my last name is Michael Zach. Like it's like Polish,
you are
right?
Alex Michael Zach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex Michael Zach, like MIKALCZYAK or something like that. Alex Michael Zach. Yeah.
Michael Zach.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Mr. Alex Michael Zach. Perfect. And lastly, sir.
That's not going to be confusing at all.
Not at all.
Not even ready to ignore my first name at all. Terms.
You're Horace from now on. Shut up.
You're welcome.
No, I'm like, if you guys don't know me, I'm surprised that you found this podcast. I am the host for 19 Hits the Dragon. Although I guess if, some of our guests have funneled listeners here, first of all, thanks for joining us. Go check out the rest of the show after you're done listening to this one as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. So Zach, what do I need to do?
Roll a D6. Let's figure out your role here at the regional headquarters.
3.
3, perfect. An office administrative assistant, which grants you a +1 to connections, and no office can function without a good administrative assistant. No middle manager is complete. No office can run smooth. no lunches happen, no emails get unread, like everything. It falls on your shoulders, really, obviously. So go ahead, roll me that d6. Let's find out where your
What my weakness
improvement
is.
opportunity is.
Yeah. 5.
5 would put you at strength. Okay, so you have a -1, or essentially, -1 if you make any strength rolls.
Okay.
So this is a pretty good spread, and as it goes, guys, throughout the workday, I'm going to ask you to roll certain things, or I may say, what do you want to roll? When it comes to rolling, unless it's something very specific, like I want to punch someone in the face, that'll obviously be strength. However, it's about being creative, just like, think outside the box. You can't win in your workday unless you're thinking outside the box. So if I ask
want to connect my fist to his face, can I roll connections?
And that might be connections. You might get a bonus if you could give me a good connections roll to really jar them with something. So when it comes down to it, don't be scared to throw out or ask for a certain roll as well. Honestly, I think that's really going to be it until we start moving further.
I still need to do assets and action goals.
Yes, let's get that as well. Assets.
So assets. Nice. Is that? That's a 2. Okay, these dice are hard to read. That is a total of 8.
Ooh, there you go. You guys are some beefy boys today. I like it. That's good. That's good. And go ahead and roll that d6. So these personal action goals are off the secondary chart here, because just wanted to run some new stuff here, see how it works.
Gotcha. That's a 3. If that's the same as someone else got, I can reroll.
It is not. So your goal here is to submit your resume to the head of a different department in hopes of a possible transfer. Now, I'm going to leave this up to you if it's just your resume, like you're just throwing them out there, or if there's a specific department, or what that looks like exactly. But it's not that you're unfulfilled in your role as an administrative assistant. It's that, well, why don't you tell me, why would you be looking to possibly move departments?
I think it's not the role per se, but it is the person I am the administrative assistant to. Not naming any names, Alex Michael Zach, is kind of an asshole. So not really feeling valued in my current role.
Yeah,
I enjoy the work that I do and the job that I have, but I would just like to work for someone better than who I'm working for.
Yeah, no, personality clash with management always looks good on a resume when you're trying to, find a different job. So I can definitely understand that.
Sounds horrible. You should totally find good thing my administrative assistant doesn't feel that way at all. Like, that's perfect. That sounds awful. You must work for a real tool. Yeah.
So what is your name? Administrative assistant?
For administrative assistant, we're going to go
Zach
with
Michael Alexson.
Steve. I'm Steve.
Steve. That's I don't think I've met very many Steves here at Company Co. Must just be the region that we're in, the nondescript region of country / city.
Of course.
So you know what, guys? Now that we've gotten to know each other, I'm pretty excited because I understand it's been tough here at Company Code lately, and I'd like each of you to roll me a d6, please, and give me those numbers.
That's a big old 1 for Horace, the IT guy.
Okay.
That's a 5 for Alex.
5.
And a 4 for Steve.
Great. So I understand that being trapped here in the Company Co. regional headquarters for the last 541 days has been pretty tough, emotionally, psychologically. And, we try to keep spirits up as our workforce dwindles dramatically, chaotically, and sometimes, unfortunately, lately, violently. But I think that you guys are really the ones that I'm happy to focus on as a team, because as I understand, all 3 of you are up for possible promotions. And of course, these promotions come with their own corner offices, their own helipads with their pre-fueled helicopters, because I know everyone wants that vacation. And, well, you don't get it without the promotion because, well, that's not how it works here. in corporate America / world / business. So what I'm really excited for is to give you guys this special one that's come down from way up top, upper management on this one. Now I understand we just finished the Halloween party, and I mean, I had fun. Obviously, I wasn't at yours because we have much better ones in HR, but I understand it sounds like it was a blast. I'm sorry to pull you away so late from your party. But you know, I heard you guys got some good goodies, and as a matter of fact, I'd like each of you to roll me a d6 and tell me what you got. We'll go one at a time here. We'll start with Steve.
Steve gets a 4.
4, great. So what you got, as he says this, as Conan says this, you look down at your little like goodie bag that you got at the Halloween party.
Okay.
And it was handed out kind of last minute, like as you were leaving. This guy from Company Co. R&D handed you this goodie bag. So inside you find some, you know, way too stale candy, some half-drunk mini liquor bottles, half a pack of really gross menthol cigarettes, as well as a cheap ghost costume, which is essentially just a sheet with 2 holes for eyes. However, what I will tell you, being a Company Co. R&D item, this is your cheap ghost costume. You, when wearing this, you declare you want to use it, and it will grant you flying for a whole round. However, if you fail on your roll during your turn, you do become incorporeal for the rest of that turn and lose one of your items as it phases out of you and through the floor.
Awesome.
Now, I'll drop in real quick here. These are some special items I threw together for, you know, the spooky season. Items, how they work is each Actioneer has 2 items. You don't have to say what they are up at the top, but as you play through your workday, you can decide that you have a role appropriate or Actioneer appropriate item, and that becomes a tangible item that you have on you. When you make something your item, I'll usually grant to some sort of bonus to that, whether it's more damage if it's something that could be used as a weapon or something like that. So you don't have to tell me what it is, but careful with this ghost costume because you'd hate to lose an item. Mr. Horace, why don't you roll me one? If you come up with the number 4, why don't you roll me something else?
All right, here we go. That's a 2.
Ooh, this one's a lot of fun. So you open your bag and you've got like some, you know how those chocolate when it gets too old gets like white for some
so
reason?
like white spots on it? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But these are Company Co. chocolate kisses. And what's great about these is eating these grants you double actions on your turn. However, you do have to make a roll on this, and if you roll a failure, you immediately lose your action as you come down with a hard sugar crash, like immediately. After all, it's pretty stale candy.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to eat it. It's oh man. What? So you mentioned the white spots for a reason, right? They're covered in it, I'm assuming.
Well, I assume that may be why sometimes, as we understand, R&D has let us know that some people who eat it have violently ill reactions and can't do anything for a while. But I'm sure that's just because somewhere in their quote unquote medical history, they have a problem with nuts, pesticides, and other chemicals that are in the chocolates.
And they should have disclosed that in the first place anyway. So it's on
obviously.
them.
I mean, listen, I'm training and workday flow HR. That other stuff is, you know, medical records HR, and that's not my department.
Fair answer.
Mr. Alex Michalzak, why don't you give me a roll?
Let's see here. Something other than a 2 or a 4, huh?
Correct.
Let's see. Right, roll again. Hey, really wants to be 4. 5.
Ooh, this one's great. It's a, you realize that all the stuff you got as you're in your goodie bag is junk, but you have a different goodie bag. You have an actual trick-or-treat bucket. And on a successful trick-or-treat charm roll, you gain 1 free item if you succeed in a, quote, trick-or-treat charm roll against an enemy. So if you pass that, they will give you a enemy-appropriate item. So you'll get a free item from the enemy. However, if you fail, you will be tricked and you will take X amount of toilet paper and egging damage as you do not get a treat.
Cool. All right. Excellent.
So, guys, that's a lot of cool items. Obviously, make sure to fill out the survey cards so I can get that back to R&D. And it's not like there's a deadline on that, but those do have to be in by the end of your workday. Just a friendly reminder, just a heads up. I've got 3 emails already timed to head out to you. So make sure that you check your FPR, your friendly productivity reminder. That's another mechanic here in Corner Office. Well, cell reception, emails, texts, anything going in or out of the building no longer works on any mobile devices. What does always work is your FPR, your friendly productivity reminder. It's how you get messages from Company Co. or HR to let you know about different tasks or information or just different things happening in the building. It's also a tool for me as HR or the game runner. If Actioneers or players are kind of loafing around, that I can, maybe explode your cellular device and murder you if you are loafing too much. So whenever you hear that friendly chime, make sure, pay attention. They're all Samsungs. They just go off like bottle rockets. So
that's not right at all. I'm putting my Galaxy S9 far away.
Yeah. So, guys, the last thing I want someone to do is actually roll me a D6, and it's going to be one of you because upper management has given me the illustrious task of tasking you with your job today, your goal, your main objective. So, someone roll me that D6.
I mean, I think as middle management, like that's my job is to figure out what we're doing today. So I will. So I'll ask my administrative assistant to do it for me.
Yeah, great. No problem, boss. You got it.
Yeah,
that's a 3.
That's a 3.
Perfect. Excellent.
Perfect. All right, and I'm really glad that we've got someone with IT because, as you all know, we've been having system slowdowns a lot lately. There have been, the bugs in the systems just. Seeing as how 541 days is technically a long time to go without any sort of proper server maintenance, what I'm going to need you guys to do is go ahead, get down a few floors to recover the original floppy backup disks for the Company Co. data systems. Now, listen, I understand that may be outdated, but nothing's better and, better as far as system maintenance than nostalgia, right? I don't know what that is. I understand a floppy disk is very popular. It used to be when I was still mortal, but I think at some point that it was very reliable. So you guys are going to need to head down.
They have
there.
new floppy disks now. They're top of the line. Like this is not surprising at all. Like that's totally top of the line.
Is it the zip
and
disk
I know what I'm
thing,
talking
right?
about.
The zip disc that I keep hearing about.
Yeah.
Seem to be doing
zipper
real
discs.
well.
They're called zipper discs. Yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
Horace's nose is just bleeding as this conversation.
All right. Well, guys, tell you what.
I'm a jazz driver out here.
Let you guys get to your day and tell you what. Just make sure, send me a little message on the FPR once you found what you're looking for. As I understand, it's a few floors down. I don't have much more information beyond that. But you know what? Double shooter fingers here. Holster. I think you guys are the team for it. And your HR manager backs up to the eastern wall. Now, on the north wall and the south wall of the regional headquarters is a stairwell and an elevator on both sides of this building. Now, on the eastern wall, however, as he backs up towards it, the wall itself just kind of opens up, and you're just on this cubicle farm. And as he backs up towards it and the wall separates, a different elevator appears, the upper management HR elevator of golden doors. And when it opens, the inside is so impeccably white, it looks almost superimposed compared to the rest of this building.
Yeah, just blinding us with the light that shoots out of it.
He steps so backwards into it, gives you guys the one last shooter in the OK door, and then the wall slides back over it. Now, what you guys do realize, like I said, is you're in this cubicle, cubicle farm. as you came up to this, you guys all got your FPR friendly productivity reminders. You all got the notification. This is where you were going to be. All of you do realize there's no one else on this floor. And it's weird because this is usually a pretty busy cubicle farm. So you're going to need to figure out getting down at least a few floors. It's probably going to be in an IT department somewhere. And guys, welcome to your workday. What are we doing?
Well, I remember there being another IT office, maybe a couple floors down, but it's been a couple weeks since we've heard from them. Last message I got was a little garbled, something about hamsters in the vents or dust mites. I'm not sure, but I guess we could try making our way down.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. Let's take the stairs. I still have to get my steps in for the day, so let's go do the stairs.
Yeah, right. I don't know that the elevators are even working anymore. So, like, sure, let's take this.
Yeah, I had to troubleshoot the elevator yesterday. I wouldn't take the elevator.
Yeah. No.
Perfect. You guys,
it's not good for you anyway.
Head to where the elevators, north or south?
Let's go to the north.
We're going to the stairs. Yeah.
Okay.
The stairs on the north side. Yeah.
All right. So what I will say, you guys are on about the 50th floor. This regional headquarters is about 100 stories tall, so you're about on the 50th floor here. And as you get to the stairwell, someone go ahead and roll me, excuse me, a d6.
I'll jump on this grenade. 6. I looked at it, I was like, 9? Weird. 6.
A 9 on the d6.
Perfect.
I'm in IT.
So you get to the stairwell, you open it up, and you realize roll me another d6 here.
All right there. That's a 5.
5. For about 5 floors, there's a lot of clutter and like furniture in this stairwell. Someone has kind of trashed this stairwell. So it's navigatable. It's able to be navigated, but not necessarily easy to do so.
I would like, and remind me if I'm doing this correctly, I'd like to ask if I have a certain item on my person, or let HR know that I do. I think I keep...
Now, I will say items can have to be, obviously, corporate approved, so no firearms, jetpacks, bazookas, that sort of thing would be allowed on company co-property.
Of course. I would never dream of bringing anything not company approved into the building. I'm in IT, so I obviously carry around a lot of network cables. So I think I have spooled around me a 50-foot LAN cable, and I'd like to use it as a sort of lasso to hook onto the rail above and swing down to the lower level to try to and then do that progressively on the way down.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. And I would say strength. What kind of, if you can justify something else?
Well, all right, look, these cables, they're pretty sensitive, right? I got to use them afterwards. So I'd argue using smarts, because I need to get just the right type of knot, and then also hang it with my keys, so as I throw it around, and gotta aim it just right, throw it around, and it hooks and grabs onto the key, but also unsnag. Yeah.
Let's do that, and let's make sure, don't beef this one, because this stairwell, there is, as you get to this stairwell, I guess I should let you know this before you really start, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, this might be useful.
You look, the stairwell is about 10 feet wide total. And in the center of this stairwell, there is a empty space that runs from the bottom of the building to the top of the building. Now, at the bottom of this stairwell, you see, even from 50 floors up, and you can almost smell it now that you've leaned out over, there's a fire down at the bottom. And when you look up, it's hard to tell if it's sky or, artificial light or whatever it is, but there's a fire down at the bottom and some sort of light all the way at the top. So there's about an 8 I mean, there's like a 5-foot gap in the middle, I guess, of this stairwell. So the dimensions are a little wonky otherwise. So it's 15 feet, 5 foot. Yeah. 3-4 feet, 5. There's a 5-foot space in the middle you'd be swinging across.
Okay. I think I did the math right. Okay, hold on. He like takes out his little cell phone. He's like adding something on the calculator app. Okay. All right. Okay, I think this makes sense. All right. Okay.
Great.
Hey, if I don't make it, could you make sure Jerry in IT doesn't take any of the stuff I have in the fridge? I've got one piece of fish that I'm waiting for just the right day to microwave, and I'd hate it if Jerry got to it.
Well, microwave fish is really the best. I'm with you on
Thank
that.
you.
Like, that's
Monster.
nothing better than like a real oily salmon like in the fridge. Like in
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I like to have a side of anchovies later in the day once it clears up the smell.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yep. Maybe some sauerkraut with that, and or kimchi. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Mr.
Yeah.
Michael Zach,
Kimchi.
I think I don't care what anyone says about you. You're an all right guy. All right, I'm rolling.
My mother always says that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling smarts, and it's just a 1d6, correct?
Correct. You'll get to add a +1 because you're IT.
Santa Maria Madre de Dios. Here we go. That's a 5 + 1, 6.
There we go. And I guess I'll put out there as far as rolls go. Excuse me, a 1 and a 2, complete failure, and I'm gonna do something bad to you. A 3 and 4 is a success with some sort of complication. You know, it's succeeding but needs improvement. You know, and a 5, 6, and plus is a complete success. You get whatever is going on, or you achieve, and sometimes you'll even get a bonus here. So what I'm going to say with your 6 here is that as you swing this and you do get it, you realize as you land with your feet on this stairwell across from you, you manage to spot before it goes off a booby trap that someone has set on this stairwell right next to you. It's a coffee can that on the sides and the top of it, someone has scrawled in Sharpie and or blood, temp work is real work. There are nails and other things filling this coffee can, and you see a tripwire leading from it. And as you are like land and you see this thing, you hear somebody hidden among this rubble in this stairwell yell out, "That's one. How many more do you think there are?"
Guys, before you swing down, I think we've got another angry temp. I think I could have sworn we got rid of them on the last purge, but Jesus. Oh,
Oh, there's always more temps.
Yeah.
And these temps, now you've been here a long time. From what you understand, these temps have sequestered themselves entirely to this stairwell. You haven't known any temps to actually make their way on the floors or into any departments for maybe the last year. They seem to have just left the building, and it's only been recently that you've heard of these encounters people are having with these almost feral temps in the stairwells.
Steve, do you recognize his name? Which temp was that? Like, do you remember them?
Yeah, I think I've probably got like a cousin who's a temp and who has maybe told me about some of the other temp workers. Would I be able to maybe roll connections and see if I know who this might be?
Sure.
Cool. So I got a +1 on that. 6 + 1, so that's a 7.
You know what?
Rolling hot.
I will say that you recognize this voice pretty handily. And it's because before the temps essentially abandoned the floors to go live in the stairwell, you actually had a confrontation with this temp. He really botched up this mail delivery job from the mailroom
guy.
So what is this fucking guy's name?
This is I'm terrible with names. Frank.
Frank? Yeah, you absolutely know Frank because it was pretty messy, and as far as you knew, you thought he had been let go from the temp agency after the confrontation the two of you had. So what I'm going to give you here is he's somewhere in the stairwell with this 6, with this connections, not only do you know him, but I'm going to give you a scale up, which means you'll get to add a +1 additionally when you're dealing with this guy, because you owned this guy. You almost got him fired, and you put him in his place in front of a whole floor of people when he really screwed up this job.
Got it. So yeah, I'll kind of yell down to him and be like, "Is that you, Frank? Yeah, you think you can trap us here? You probably screwed this up just like you did the mail delivery. You had one job to deliver mail."
Hold on. Okay.
That mail was.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's like 6 people named Steve in this building. All right, so I'm sorry. It's an honest mistake anyone could
What
make.
are you talking about? It's a rare name. I am the only Steve that you should be delivering mail to.
All right. I want to try to do a little ass kissing. Frank, you were screwed. Really, for real. Just hold on, Steve. Just for a second.
Yes,
Frank, you're right, Frank. You were totally screwed. Like, this was not your fault. It really wasn't. We had the wrong dude. Like, I you know what? I wasn't involved. I didn't make that decision. Like, I don't know who did, but whoever did was a real asshole. Really, like, for
this
real.
This guy gets it.
Yeah, like, and so really, we appreciate your cause. Like, we didn't even know you were still living here. We would love to go ahead and help you however we can, but maybe you can help us too. Maybe give us like, do you have anything that will help us? Like, we're just trying to get down to go ahead and take care of a problem that's going to help you guys out in the long run. So really, like, if there's anything that you can give us you can tell you what, I'll just lower my bucket down. If you've got anything that can help us, just put it in the bucket. I'll care. You don't even have to tell us where you are.
All right. You're rolling you doing a trick or treat with your bucket?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so that's why with my trick or treat bucket and my +1 in charm, I should be +2 on this roll. Yeah.
It's just going to be the +1. But if you pass, since you're using your trick or treat bucket, you'll get something. You'll get an item from him too.
Excellent. All right, I'm rolling my very special 12-sided d6. That's a 2.
He says, "You know what? This guy does get it. You know what? Yeah. So you get your bucket down there, right? I imagine like you use this cable that he has
swung it on the coax cable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you swing it. This hand reaches up from behind this desk that's leaned up against the wall, like grabs it, pulls it out of sight, puts something in there, and then swings it back to you. And as it comes back to you, you look down in it, and there is an item in it, and it's a coffee can full of thumbtacks. So you are going to take some damage as you're unfortunately you do not get a treat. You definitely get a trick on this.
Son of a bitch.
You are going to take you take 4, you lose 4 assets from your portfolio as this coffee can just blows up in your face here in the stairwell.
Fuck you, Frank.
And, I told you he was an asshole.
You guys are going to give me
damn it
initiative at this point. How initiative works in Corner Office is one person is going to roll me a d6, a 1, 2, 3. I get to go first. A 4, 5, 6. Actioneers get to go first. Now, as far as action economy or turns go, there is no like in classic sayings you get a move and an action and a this and that. Essentially, someone's going to say, okay, it's our turn. I'm going to do this thing, and HR gets to decide essentially how much you get to do, kind of within reason. I understand it's a game, but like you're not going to be able to make a pot of coffee and run down a flight of stairs and attack someone. But we kind of, you tell me what you want to do, and we'll work together on that. So someone give me that D6.
Guys, if you put in an IT request now, I can roll the die in like 5 hours.
In the morning when you get the text message. Did you get that text message?
I don't think we have that kind of time. I'll take it this time.
Go for it.
All right, that's a 2, so I think that means HR is going first.
HR is going first. So
that die's going away?
Yeah.
To the trash.
So
I've got a line of D6s here just for that eventuality.
Horace, you made your way over, right?
I did.
So you are actually the closest one too. I'm going to say you got down off the rail itself. You're not still like standing there holding your cable. Thanks. You got down off the rail, and this guy, well, you're standing right there by this coffee can, so he's going to go ahead and, he's going to go ahead and blow this up in front of you. I'm going to roll a smarts to see if he can really get this timed right to do well for you.
He can't even deliver mail.
No, and he rolls a 2 trying to get this thing to go off properly.
Blow it up in his own face.
Yeah, how it works as far as actions too, like you won't get to do anything on my turn necessarily. If I get a very bad roll, I might say, hey, you can do a thing, or what do you want to do? And the same way, if you really beef it on your turn, I might take an action against you. So even though there may be a lot of enemies or a lot of actioneers, it's kind of split up based on the roles themselves. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to let you decide what happens with this coffee can, as like he goes to pull it, but he pulls too hard. So the chirp wire just kind of wing comes out of the thing, but you can hear a ticking inside of it. Like something is live in this coffee can.
Oh my God. I'm gonna, I unhook the land cable from the rail and spin it and try to like whiplash the cup.
Indiana Jones.
In his direction.
All right. I'm trying to think here because this is getting a little out of smarts,
fair,
but well, you know what? It's still.
Is it a work ethic? I'm determined.
I'll let you do either work ethic or smarts or strength on this. Sure.
Oh, if you're giving me smarts as an option, I'm taking that.
I'm gonna let you because I already called it as one.
All right.
But this will be a bad fail if this fails.
Well, guess what, baby? It's a 6 + 1, 7.
Nice.
So I'm going to say you get to whip this. Like you saw where he reached up and grabbed the bucket and sent it back. You projectile it just same path. And it goes bink. It bounces off the wall and explodes behind the desk. The two of you can't see. Like the three of you can't see it happen behind this desk. But why don't you roll me that D6 3 times? Because it's in a confined space as this coffee can goes off.
All right, that is a 3, and a 1.
So 7. Great. So yeah, Frank is now this thing goes off, and you don't see pieces of him come out from behind this desk, but you see a fine mist and thumbtacks and paper clips as you catch half a second of tink. Oh no. And it just
it's like an extra for the new Hellraiser movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not going to say the desk falls away, but the desk leaned against the wall kind of and then falls back, and there's just this puddle coming out from behind this desk. And you guys are free to navigate this. I am going to ask though for at least a smarts roll or something from each of you to get down, because while you do not have anyone actively trying to go after you, there may still be some booby traps here.
Well, all right. Yeah, I might get blood on my loafers. Like these are brand new shoes. Like they're like $400 shoes. Like
now, it doesn't have to be. I'll say charm would be tough on this, but if you can give me justifications for other roles as far as finding traps, things like that, navigating your way down these floors, what do you got?
You know what? I run up and down these stairs, at least pretend to, all the time. Because again, I got to get my steps in every day. So,
right.
So I'm very adept at staircases, like in general. So
that's on your strengths sheet as far as employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Stairs.
In fact, maybe right now I'm not wearing my $400 loafers. Maybe if I can ask HR if instead I've got like running
trainers,
shoes, like
the
right,
trainers.
because I'm a runner, right?
Are you one of those D-bags that sits on the ball instead of a chair and is office?
Yep.
Working that core all the time.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's always spending. He makes sure and spends his lunch break like in the timeout room up on the floor there. Like, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, but he like occupies it. Like like if he's in there, nobody else can come in. Like like the quiet areas.
So tell you what, I'll say. Yes, you've got those trainers, and I will give you a scale up when you're doing something that requires athletic jumping or running, as long as you have these trainers.
Yeah.
And you know what? I missed the chance here, Horace, with your cable, because you made this one of your items. I'm going to make this extra strong cable, so it is not going to be easily snapped or torn. Like, Excellent. It's not invincible, but it is strong enough to swing you across a stairwell. So it's pretty tough, strong stuff. You've been tempering it and extra, like you've been melting extra. Yeah. You have reinforced coax cable, and you have, you know what you have here, Mr. Alex Michaelzak? You have trainers. It's the ones you wear to train other people on the best methods.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm writing that down.
They've got arch supports to support you better.
These support me, so I can support.
Yeah.
So I can support you.
This character is giving me heartburn.
Yeah. All right, so I would like to make that strength roll to go ahead and try to navigate this staircase here instead of smarts.
And you'll get a.
I ain't so smart.
I'll give you a scale up on that too. Add a +1 to it.
Nice.
Godspeed, Alex.
All right, excellent. Cool. That's a 3. So at least I got down this. I didn't. That +1 saved me from a 2. So.
Yes. So here's what I'm going to say: is that you do, in fact, make it down the set of stairs without setting one off yourself. However, one of them does go off. You manage to clear it. It does go off. And we're going to I'm going to give you a decision here because I like giving choices.
Ooh. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Well, one of your team members, one of your fellow Actioneers can take 2 points of damage as this improvised, spiked, this row of chairs comes swinging down with its legs sharpened. Someone is going to take 2 damage, or they both can take 1.
Who's been getting your coffee wrong every morning?
I mean,
getting your coffee right. Thank you.
Yeah,
the only person who can get it right.
I restarted your computer once, 2 weeks ago. It worked great after that.
There's a joke in there about Scott taking a chair to the face, isn't there? But that's we're not. Is it Scott or Steve? Steve, whatever. Maybe it was Scott that.
I know you don't.
It was Scott that took the chair to the face.
Trying to get another job somewhere.
And if I remember correctly, you had way more assets than our IT guy did. So I think that Steve is going to take 2 to the face with the spike chair. Yeah.
You're like, boss, looking as he talks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Spits out a tooth.
You guys are next. Someone give me a roll here.
You should duck that.
Yeah, I will. I think I'm going to try and make a work ethic roll, problem solving, to try and navigate the staircase in such a way that I do not set off any traps.
I like it. Now, this may seem harsh, but this guy actually, you guys took care of him pretty handily. This is going to be a lot tougher than just 1 check each here.
That's 3, and I have no bonus on that. So
okay, you I'm going to say that you get down, you pick along the same path that your boss was picking, and as you reach up next to him, well, a second set of stairs, you hit the same tripwire that he did. And I'll
just follow the exact same path.
Yeah,
and
the second one comes
that
swinging.
same tripwire is not.
Yeah.
Watch the wire.
So that's the thing. He tripped it and took a step back and went, "Oh no!" And you're like, "Oh yeah." And then you stepped into the exact same one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a choice here. I'm gonna say either one of you takes 5, or both of you take 2.
Oh my
I'm going to give both of them 2. I don't want to kill anybody just yet.
Just yet, yeah.
Just yet.
Oh, jeez.
So
holy shit. Oh crap.
Yeah, so I think I trip the wire and I'm like, oh shit, and I duck out of the way, but it swings down and smacks into both of them.
Yeah. So an important question for HR, how does one regain assets?
So there are going to be opportunities. So when you achieve your personal goals, or once we get out onto the floor, oftentimes I'll give them as, if you roll a 6 or really succeed on something, I'll grant them.
I like it.
Or you can go looking for them in different places. So there is that thing out there. There's no automatic mechanic. There's no resting, because then your FPR lets you know you're being unproductive. But there are assets out there and ways to increase your portfolio again.
All right. Well, then to that end, in this colossal pile of crap in the hallway here, that really maintenance should be taken care of. I can't believe that they actually let this happen. I'll have to go ahead and submit something into the suggestion box. Steve, why don't you fill one of those out for me when we're done here to get maintenance in here in the hallway? But
right on top of it.
Yeah, but the bigger point, are there any binders here? Because I do need one.
I am going to ask for just a straight up. Well, I want to say smarts because you are looking through this stuff for something specific.
I don't know, man. I'm going to make a call for work ethic because I am really devoted to this presentation, and I really absolutely want to make sure that this presentation is totally right. And it's way overdue at this point too. So like, I kind of got to get this done like quickly. Right. So,
and I will let you know if you fail this is going to be bad.
Okay.
So let's do it. Work ethic. I'll let you take work ethic.
That's a 5.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So as
dark horse comes out of the back.
You plot around and you're looking and you literally you pull aside this pile of PC monitors, and as you do so,
careful with those. Oh,
one of them literally starts hissing and ticking. You dump it down the stairwell behind you, and you hear it shatter as it falls a few floors below. But you find your binder, and not only do you find this binder, but as you pop it open, roll me a d6 because you've achieved your goal, and I'm going to give you a middle management item here.
Excellent. That's a 6.
Ooh, I like this. So you pop this open and you recognize these. You actually have a set of these on your desk in your office. It's a set of those clicky, hangy marble things, like you let one go and it clicks and clacks.
Like the mutant's cradle there.
Yeah, if you set this off during someone else's turn, whether it's a fellow Actioneer or, just someone you're interacting with on your workday, you will force a scale down on their next roll, just because nothing is more obnoxious than when you're talking to someone and they set that thing off and they're playing with it. So you could use this as a free action to force a scale down for someone.
This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant.
This character just gets worse and worse.
All right. We still have one more management for you. Horace, we still have one more for you too.
Oh boy.
Have you made your roll yet?
I have not made my roll. Remind me again what I'm rolling for. Sorry. It's just smart, or just trying to get past traps, correct? Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm going.
It's going to be a passive roll instead of someone actively doing a lot more to you. So,
yeah. I'm going for smarts as well. I'm looking around. I'm noticing inventoried IT equipment that's broken that I'm going to have to go back and update an inventory because it's broken. And then some items that we thought we lost, but I guess we didn't, and they're here now, and fuck, so here we go. Fuck. That's a 7.
Whoa.
Aerospace is good. I'm keeping this one.
Yeah. So you're very specifically, like you said, you're keeping an eye out for also this IT equipment, partly because you're that's your stuff. You're looking for these hookups, these cables you're looking for. But as you're glancing through, you find you haven't seen this in probably since you almost started here. So someone's been squirreling this away. You find a Company Co. double caffeinated coffee drink in a can.
Ooh.
So this will grant you a D6 of asset. You don't have to open it right now, but yeah.
Imagine how many all-nighters I could pull on this. Right? Ignoring IT requests for a whole night. I'm in.
Yeah, this is definitely right up IT's alley. The last time you saw this was in fact a stock of them in the IT mini fridge. These didn't get out much because unless you're pulling all-nighters, legally, these aren't to be sold outside of the company, but Company Co can for free provide them to employees to increased productivity.
Yeah. One of the side effects is rabies, but we just ignore that. It's just extra productivity.
What's nice is it actually comes with all the rabies vaccines in it too, so it tastes bad and feels like regret, but
it gives you those assets.
Gives you the
it's
assets.
Like real energy drinks.
You guys make it down to the next floor, and I'd like someone to roll me a d6. Tell me what you got, and then you'll roll the d6 again and tell me what the second number is.
I got this one.
Steve's the man for the job.
So the first roll is a 6.
Okay.
My ceiling comes down.
And what's the second roll?
It's okay. Your ceiling's not going to cave in. I'm totally certain of that.
There's a mastiff that lives upstairs, and he gets zoomies and just likes to run back and forth across the entire.
God,
that's amazing in an apartment. Sure.
The second roll is a 2.
Ooh.
Don't like when he's happy.
So you make your way down here, and you have cleared all these obstacles, and you find yourself face to face with the door that says HR. So this is a whole a whole floor of lower HR management offices. Now, as you get down, there's a window in the door, and you can see through it. Just that way, people aren't crashing into each other coming in and out of the stairs. But what you notice pretty quickly is there are actually some people in this office. That this Halloween party that you were at, almost every floor was having their own Halloween party. And this one, it looks like maybe it's still going because the lights are kind of dim and flickering. And it looks like a lot of people are still in costume, just kind of standing around and chatting.
Well, maybe I can submit my resume here. Let's go. Now, a word from our corporate-approved sponsors.
Hi, I'm Conan Lybarian, and I don't have a podcast. I do, however, like most of us, have the need for a place to store, organize, customize, and create my tabletop campaigns, thoughts, and ideas. That's why you should check out obsidianportal.com. Customization that will match any need you have, a fantastic community, and an experience in and of itself that will get your players engaged, not just during the session. obsidianportal.com. Your players don't just stay at the tavern. Why should your game just stay at the table? obsidianportal.com.
Thanks for tuning in today, listeners. Be sure to join us next week as we continue our actual play of Corner Office and navigate our way through corporate hell and try to find this floppy disk. Special thanks again to our guests today. Be sure to check the show notes for links to how to find all of them on social media and various other places across the internet. If you enjoyed what you heard today, be sure to leave a rating, review, leave comments, give me a shout out on Twitter at 19hitsthedragon, and of course go out and tell 19 of your closest friends. Thanks again, and we'll see y'all next week when 19 hits the dragon. Bye-bye.